Hey, welcome to another stream of Star Citizen. We're on the 4.2 tech preview environment, running patch TP.102.33375. And this is a continuation from yesterday when we logged in and did a bit of a test. There's not as many people on today as there was yesterday. Let me just turn that off. Yeah, there's hardly anybody on at all. So yeah, we have, let's have a look to see what we've got. We've got our, we haven't. Can we access our inventory? Yes, we can. We've got our guns on us today. I don't expect we'll have much in the way of use of the inventory. To be honest, it's a bit screwed up, but welcome to SC testing. And this is the way it goes. For the majority of the time, we got problems we've got to deal with. And it's why we do this, to highlight issues and such. I'm not even going to bother stacking them. Yeah, what I wanted to try was missions. Wrong button. I know what I'm doing. So, get the call to arms up. Excuse me. ASD facility. Let me just turn these off for a minute. Farnsway. Ambushing amateur. Don't know whose name it is, but I'll probably get it if you accept it. Right. Asteroid mining base. Oh, guys, flight school. Yeah, waste of time. Ship under attack. Oh god, the missions are pretty messed up, aren't they? There's certainly no bunker missions. Not much is working. I think, excuse me, I think the best thing to do is just fly around, do nothing. I don't know what works and what doesn't. It doesn't really matter. All we've got to do is be here to take part in the test. I mean, CIG have left this up and running overnight, UK time anyway. See if I can get a drink in here. Might take a while for the bottle to come up. I've got a 2 delay on that. So it might just be a case of not bothering. With this attempt at getting the inventory to work. And it says on the patch notes, you know, inventories aren't working properly, so yeah. We know what to expect. So I'll just wait, maybe in vain, for this bottle to appear. We've got two pending delays. One is putting the helmet into the backpack, and the other is carrying the bottle in our hand. We're now up to 100 seconds, which is 1 minute and 40 seconds, so yeah, I don't think this is gonna work well. All right. I mean, it might be an idea to travel around in the Pisces rescue, maybe, so we can keep using the med bed, but that's, yeah. I was really surprised we were able to get our weapons on our avatar. Anyway, so we've got a 5 delay now, and I don't know why that is, but probably because it wants to access our armors and legs and what have you. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quit to menu and give it a few minutes and log back in. It may be more problematic the longer it runs. That's sometimes the case with the Star Citizen releases. But we can hope. Okay. I'll see if it clears the pending delays when I log back in. If not, I'll log back out, wait a few minutes, log back in. Be cool to have something like a drip bottle. You know, that you just change the bottle on your suit, and it gives you the fluids. I don't know how much longer this is going to run for. Let's have a see. Right, so we've got 0 delays. Helmet is still in our backpack. Let's have a look here. So if we drop the bottle on the floor, won't even let us do that. No. Right. So you can't wear any armor. Where are we in terms of location? We're at Lawville. Right. Yeah. Well, that's a shame. That is a shame. Let's get a ship out. And let's get the... Let's get the expedition out. Excuse me. Somebody spent 8 hours 8.5 hours downloading the tech preview software. I mean, that's incredible. Just goes to show how slow it can be. I mean, I don't have the fastest connection in the world, but it's it took about what, an hour and 40 minutes or something to download. Like 40 gigabytes. So not the best, but certainly not the worst. So we'll take off. I think we'll go like crew
You are clear to launch.
L5 or somewhere, or what the hell? Is that a sign?
Thank you. And please visit again.
Warning, you are leaving a safe zone.
No, it's a light from somewhere.
Landing gear raised.
What we got here? Dump ships. Oh, that one's moving. So there's that one.
Shields offline.
Excuse me.
Quantum drive is now off.
Where should we go? Where should we go? Magnus Gateway, no. Crawl 5, beautiful Glen, yeah, we'll go.
Quantum drive is now
We'll go here. For a laugh. Let's see if I'm able to take a drink while in. No, it's not having it, is it? And it really is strange how sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it's not meant to work. We know it's a known issue, so we're at the mercy of whatever's going on in the software. But, it just means that you're going to be dying from starvation or whatever if you don't visit a med bed or find some way of consuming food. And drink. Du-du-du. I don't care about the state of things, he says. Yeah. It's just a test. What the hell is that? Okay, whatever.
Quantum drive is now off.
It's a remote station that I hope nobody else is going to be at, so
Shields online.
we'll just see where it puts us. Probably in these down here. Nope, it's give us the most convenient and free hangar. Okay, well, here we go then.
Landing gear deployed.
Autoland is working. That's one thing that is working.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
And we'll see how this goes. Doors aren't closing. All right. Wow. FPS is still great.
Hey.
Yeah. Gallery. Should we? Picked the wrong station here. I should have picked a mining station, but I think I might be able to get a container at Doodah Doodah. Okay. No guarantee that I'll. Oh wow. Hello, baby. To SCU container, buy 2 of those. Alright. And no, still can't carry them. What I'll do then is exit to menu. And I'll leave it a few minutes now. I'll leave it a few minutes before logging back in. I wonder what everybody else is up to this morning. So let's see. Not much. Not much at all. In fact, right, do you think that's long enough? Let's try it. Let's give it a whirl. See if we're going to get, well, where we'll log into. I hope it's not Lawville. But, yeah. We shall see. But no, it's just wasting time. It's a bit of fun. You know, I don't think the Vulkan graphics are as good now as they were in the last test, but the last test was Evocati only. And I don't know where we're at, so this is not Lawville, so it must be Crew L5. See, it doesn't tell you where you are, so I think somebody mentioned recently, said, why doesn't the Mobiglass tell you your current location? Because the only way I know is by checking the map or looking at this bit here, where it says Crew L5 Beautiful Glen. At the bottom of the habitat, nowhere else on the station can you read where you are. So unless you know the layout and you're familiar with your surroundings, let me carry that. Oh God, I can carry it now. That's just logging out and logging back in. So I should be able to do this. We've got an NPC yet. Hello. Should I do this? And I don't know how long we'll be able to do this for, so I'll drink like 5 bottles or something. Give myself renal failure. My character walks so slow. Is he having a laugh? Right, sorted.
Hey. People come here expecting what exactly? That is the question. I bet I would put money on 10% or less of the people in the test having read the patch notes. And you can't ask that question because you can't even say it. Hang on. You can't ask that question because you're relying on people being honest. And that is not something that you see very often in Star Citizen.
So if you say to somebody, have you read the patch notes? Oh, yeah, yeah, I've read them. They wouldn't have even looked at the page. But yeah, I know what I'm up against. I know what I'm expected to do, and that's just be here. And, you know, have fun. Have fun doing it. And by some means or other, try and make things possible. That's the mini game. That's the side game. Right. Bubba Gump Shrimp Dick. Interesting that we've got fluctuating FPS here. I'll see if I can retrieve these containers that I've just purchased. won't get any sound until I request undocking. So that'll be something. Oh wow, tractor beam's working. And then snap into the grid. Oh, when I don't fumble it, that is. Cool. All right.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Bottom fuel is at 100%. Takeoff complete. Landing gear raised.
Constellation Andromeda.
Thank you. And please visit again.
And why? Carbon Pixel, big fan. Fuck me. Oh yeah, right. That just makes me laugh, does that? Like when Salty Mike or Avenger 1 logs in on the server and like everybody's on their knees paying fucking homage. Jeez. I should get actually. I should get another another ship other than the Pisces. Oh, bad cows. Right, I think can't type today. Do 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 do. Lots of CIG names that I don't usually see.
Shields offline.
Let's get back to Hurston.
Quantum drive is now on.
And I don't know if the inventory is going to work when I get back there, but Bad Cows has just called me. Hello, mate.
Is this working? Okay, cool.
No, can't hear you. Can't hear a fucking word.
Windows is doing, or Discord now does a thing where you call and it doesn't call, it goes a press OK when you're ready prompt. That must have just been an update these few days. You'll find out next time you call someone it doesn't go straight through.
Really?
You get a press OK when you're ready thing. I guess it's so people don't accidentally call people.
Right. Okay. What, like butt dialing?
And now my internet security always picks up when everything uses my mic. Yeah, which I need to, because Discord's using. Oh, okay. You there still?
Yep. Still here, mate.
Cool. I've given Discord permission. I don't know why it's suddenly getting all fancy, but I never realised, now that my virus protection checks this, and yes, I'm using virus protection as weird as that is, I didn't realise how often frickin' browsers and that just open up your mic when you're not using it.
Ah, right. Yeah, you need to go. What are you using? Windows 11.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Then you've got to go into the apps and.
But when you go apps, you just get the list of apps, and there doesn't seem to be a way to individually disable them.
Yeah, there's the list of apps in applications, but you've got to go into like the sound properties in system and do it through there and enable your mic and disable it.
Yeah, I did that. So under mic there's 3 sections, and the last section is applications, and I couldn't see an individual control. There's only an overall control. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right. Right. But yeah, I'm on. I'm on the tech preview, and
oh yeah,
I was there. I was on it last night, and oh my god, it was yeah. You know what happens between aUEC tests and public tests, and this was just a shit fest of this ain't working, that's not working.
yeah.
You know, and as aUEC, the first thing we do is read the notes, you know, so we know what to expect. And I'm reckoning 90%, 95% of people didn't read the notes. And even today, there's people complaining about things, and it's just, this is, welcome to testing.
A couple of days ago, I was talking to someone who's not Evo,
Yeah,
but plays the game quite a lot. It's, really good guy. He's
yeah,
a Eastern European guy, and he sort of asked, "What's the difference?" And I said, "Well, it's basically the same as if you went in and did testing. A lot of people are more focused on just the testing.
yeah,
So if you use up all the text space with irrelevant stuff, someone might say something. But the only real difference is between that and normal test chat is it's not really tolerated to not have read the
yeah,
read the release rules.
yeah,
And if you made fun of someone for not reading the patch notes in normal test, people would probably gang up on you. But in Evo, it'd be the other way around.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And he's like, yeah, okay. So you'd have to, yeah. Because he said, I just don't know if I can be bothered keeping track of it all like you do. And I was thinking,
Oh
I
God,
barely do compared to other people.
yeah, yeah,
There's people 10 times more dedicated than us, right? Who
yeah,
know every
yeah,
inch. And yeah, it's like I know enough, so it's not embarrassing, right?
yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty much where I'm at.
I mean,
So,
you're right.
yeah.
You can't get away with asking questions like, "Oh, why have I've just crashed? I'm in Lawville, and I've just crashed." Well, you were told not to spawn in Lawville,
Yeah.
in the notes.
Yeah. Or if you did spawn in Lawville and you knew the hospital was bad, then you'd immediately fly somewhere and reset your spawn, right? You wouldn't. It's like, oh, I've ended up in Maria and now I'm stuck. And it's like, if you did that, you would know you need to restart from menu, right? Come on, this is Evo. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
some basic skills. Yeah.
just bear with me. Hang on a minute. I've got Thammers messaging me, so I'm asking him if he wants to get in a call, because it's much easier to talk than type and play Star Citizen.
Oh, am I allowed to ask what happened? Or-
What do you
You
mean?
guys struggled. He had mouse problems or something, right?
Yeah, he's not
Hardware
got
issues.
he's got a problem with his mouse wheel.
Yeah.
So all that
Not.
all that testing that we did, that we were totally familiar with,
Yeah.
I basically passed all that on to him and said, "This is how we're going to do it." And he said, "Oh, well, I've got a problem with my mouse wheel."
Yeah.
And no, I think he's playing Metal Gear Solid, so he's fine. So yeah, I said, well, that's going to be a major problem because we need the mouse wheel for the repair and the mining tool on the stalagmites or
What's he
stalactites.
using? Do you know? What's he
It's
using for a mouse?
a really, really good mouse he's got. Oh shit, I forgot the name of it, but it's, when I looked at the price of it, I'm thinking, Jesus, that's really expensive, but it's a really, really good mouse.
Yep.
But he's got another one on order. So what we did, we got Bad Cows and Safety First in a team with me and Thammers, and we went through it. But
Bad cards? It's
yeah,
me.
sorry, not. Hang on, what am I thinking? Shark bite, shark's bite.
Oh,
Yeah,
I would have been good to play with safety
Yeah.
first because I chatted to him and he's always been a super cool dude.
yeah, he's. So that's the team. There was Safety First, Shark's Bite, Thammers, and me, and we went through it. We got to the fuel reactor part, and there was no way we could get a fuel cell into the breach and get the download button to highlight.
Ah, really?
Yeah. It was.
At that point, you probably, Yeah, change regions, change servers or something. I don't know.
It was really bad. I know through persistence we managed it, but it just
Yeah.
wasn't going to work on this occasion. And yeah, few
It was just-
struggles, but we did the pumps. You know, safety first. Neither me nor Sharkspite could get our repair tools working. But Safety First had a repair tool that was working, so he did the pipes, and we did the stalactites.
Yeah, I reckon it's worth when you're back in your hangar getting your repair tool sorted then, because it is just so hit and miss, right?
Oh mate, I
And
did
if you're
that.
back in,
I tried that,
yeah,
and I did it exactly as you told me to do it. You know, have the
but
canister in my
you seem to,
backpack.
yeah, and well, I said to put it in your ammo belt, but you seem to have better luck with it in your backpack.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
wondering if that's what you meant to do. Yeah, yeah.
But
Because I was actually thinking of trying an auto load with it in my backpack and seeing if it works. I want someone just to make a short video on auto loading the repair tool,
Right.
actually auto loading all the multi-tool styles using Alt 1 and just saying what the sequence is.
yeah,
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 that would be cool.
that would be helpful.
Useful.
But I
Yeah.
tried several ways and multiple times to get the repair tool working, and it just wasn't happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, on the PTU, have you been on the PTU since the last release?
No, so I didn't go in PTU yesterday and I haven't been in Star Citizen at all today.
They've opened
I've only just, yep.
they've opened Site B.
Yeah, so that was what I was wondering. Apparently it's big in that, yeah.
Yeah. Me and Thammers went through it yesterday. It was fucking awesome.
Man, when do you think you're doing that again? Tomorrow?
As soon as possible.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I want to. Basically, we went through it and we found one arm crate for the new armors. You know, the unnamed armor that looks like a transformer. We found one arm crate and 3 crates of everything else. So we went back and we tried looking for more arm crates. We found one more arm crate, but there must be a third one that we're missing. But it just got too late for Thammers, and he had to go off and deal with real life stuff. So I gave it up. Same time he did, but it's not as hostile as it used to be.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, it's relatively tame compared to what it used to be, and easy. You could solo it. You could solo it. There's no Copians. Instead of a massive wave of enemies, you get like half a dozen. There are some parts of it are more difficult than others. You just need to know the best way to do it. You know, it's really good. I mean, it's massive. It's absolutely massive.
Right, sounds good.
Yeah, it's
So- Yeah, I had a meeting call, so I knew I was going to have to jump out.
yeah.
So I went into live, and Cremon was in live with Roarin. Neither of them at Evo. And they were on a mission and they were down. And I said, "Oh, do you want me to get you up? I'll join and go and get you." And so because I knew I probably couldn't stay, but I could get them up. And ended up being able to get none of them up. We all went in again and we all died again. We went to Lazarus, and I'm not kidding, when we turned up on the tram, all of the floor space was covered in people. Maybe 150 enemies standing outside the tram.
Really?
I'm not kidding. It's bugged to shit.
Wow.
And it was hilarious, right? We're pissing ourselves laughing because we knew we're dead, right?
Yeah.
Like it was just so funny, like how they've tried to correct those respawns, right?
Uh-huh.
But somehow at those sites, obviously more and more enemies are respawning regardless of being 0 deaths. So it's just not very busy and you turn up.
Right.
There's hundreds. There's
Yeah.
freaking hundreds.
Yeah.
There were so many dogs that when they caught after me, all the dogs were below me and I was stuck in the air above them. You know what I mean? They were
Yeah.
holding me off
Yeah.
the ground.
Yeah.
It was
Crazy.
hilarious though. We lost
Crazy.
all of all of our ammo over and over, and
Yeah.
then it was just like this logistically, yeah, everyone had to go and do stuff. But yeah, I've never seen it, yeah, like that. It's bugged, yeah. Like it would have been fun to be in a group of like 10 people and seeing if you could do it. If you know what I mean.
All right. Just bear with
Yeah.
me. I've got some very effusive people in YouTube chat at the minute. They're asking how the tech preview is. The tech preview is not bad as far as graphics goes. Obviously, a lot of things aren't working. They're not supposed to work, but yeah, it's good fun. It's just good fun testing. I've got good FPS. I'm on high settings. You know, it's there's a few issues with ships. I'm just recalling my Andromeda because you sit in the pilot seat, and then you look in a certain direction or at a certain point on your screen, and you get a lot of blotches and blackouts of the view, and that happens in certain ships and not others. Like the Pisces and the Avenger seem great, but the Constellation, you get a lot of black areas popping up on your screen, especially when you're trying to fucking land. But this, like all the other tests, Bad Cows, they didn't allow you to download it until the start of the test. So there's
Oh, okay, yeah.
a mad rush to download. And I read one person in chat earlier said that it took 8 hours 42 minutes to download, and that's just yeah. Took me about an hour and
So-
40 minutes, but yeah.
Yeah, the last one they let us pre-download was a 40 gig update. And the good thing too was not only could you pre-download, you get far enough into attempting the game to launch where it said there was no connection, it still loaded the what are they called, shaders? The Vulkan shader layer. It still loaded it even though the game wouldn't connect before.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it does make good sense to do that, so that everybody's ready for the test. You know.
Yeah. How big was the update? I didn't even look. I just did the update without looking.
For some people, it was 5 gigs, and for me, it was about 40.
Oh, so you didn't. You missed the previous one. Yeah. Okay.
No, I deleted it. I deleted the last tech preview, so I just copied live over and renamed the directory.
Oh yeah.
So that was a 40 gig download, and yeah, it's an hour and 40 minutes. The disappointing thing was, Wacker said that for the first hour it would be Evo only, and then they were going to open it to all waves. And I think there was maybe 1 or 2 people in Evo that managed to download it and get online before they opened it to all waves.
Hi.
And everybody else was still downloading. And I'm thinking, this is so short-sighted. You know, they must be doing everything in like a rush. if they're working like that, it's just not conducive towards being prepared for a test. The time when they did say, right, we're going to allow you to download it 12 hours before the test, I thought that was brilliant. You know, I thought that was really good common sense and logic. Everybody's ready. There were a few people who didn't do that. This is what I don't like about testing. People turn up half an hour before the test. You never see them at any other time. And they turn up half an hour before the test and start complaining that, oh, I haven't had a chance to download. Well, it's been up for 12 hours, mate, you know. And they turn up at the last minute and expect to be at the same level as everyone else. You've got to prepare. You know, you've got to be on top of things. But like you say, there's...
Hey, what's up?
Your YouTube channel is no longer coming up when I type in Zaga. What?
Hang on
What's
a minute.
the actual name?
Hang on a minute. You should subscribe, mate, and that is not...
Oh, you put it in that... Did I have a group?
That is...
Okay. Oh, the thing is, right now, because I'm also doing some other stuff, I'm using a different browser with a bunch of script blocking.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, so if I log into my YouTube account, it complains that I'm using script blocking.
Yeah.
I have to, I don't know, I'll get kicked out of a work VPN if I have another thing open. It's just something cunning I'm doing.
Yeah. We had for people in the YouTube chat, we've had 3 eVocati tests for the Vulkan and AI integration. Excuse me. The AI integration wasn't that great. It certainly wasn't AI, but the Vulkan integration was fantastic. And on this tech preview, in my opinion, it's not as good as it was on the last eVocati test for Vulkan. Because on the last Vulkan eVocati test, it was absolutely fantastic. And on this test, there's quite a few problems with the graphics.
I'm trying to look at your memory usage because they changed it. I can't read it. Can you read it?
Oh, mate, yeah. VRAM 7281 to 7249. Estimated requirement 7699. Graphic settings too high. VRAM demoted 670. OS budget 6939 megabytes. The thing is, it's telling me my graphic settings are too high, and I have set it on the high setting, but it's great graphics. I'm getting plus 30 FPS, which is, you know, people want 300 FPS, but I'm happy with 60. I'm happy with 30. And, you know, it's not a problem. This is what I'm testing with. If it was an issue and I was getting low FPS, I'd change the settings maybe down to medium, something like that. But it's really great because, I mean, you know what eVocati is like. They make predictions. They've got no backup for. They've got no official information to work on. They just guess. And what they're saying is Squadron 42 and Star Citizen will work off Vulkan exclusively, and they'll get rid of Direct 3D. I don't think they will. You know, Direct 3D has been a thing now for 30 years. I remember when it was first came into being, and Microsoft poured hundreds of millions of dollars into DirectX, as it was back then.
Well, cards like a 1080 run Vulkan.
Say again?
Will video cards like a 1080 run Vulkan?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
It's not it's not the hardware, it's the software drivers. And
Oh, okay.
you know, if you've got a GTX 1080, then yeah, there's no reason why it shouldn't. I mean, you know, a Rage 128 will run Vulkan. It's
Oh, yep.
it's whether the software supports the hardware. You know,
That's pretty cool.
it's just and I can't speak for AMD because I do have AMD cards, but I don't use them. I just don't bother with them. I can only speak for NVIDIA, and NVIDIA, yeah, the problem is NVIDIA hates Linux. And Vulkan is an amalgamation of OpenGL and a multitude of other technologies, but it's not direct 3D. And you've got, I think, what was it, 118 different companies, or it might be more than that, the last time I was reading it, and they're all contributing towards Vulkan graphics, including NVIDIA. I mean, you've got AMD, NVIDIA, Intel, God, I think Samsung's in there, Asus is in there. You know, all the major chip manufacturers are taking part in this. So I'm a really strong proponent of Vulkan. I've done things with Vulkan on ARM architecture that you cannot do with any other graphics. You know,
and you're the guy to speak to. Yeah.
it's really, really impressive. And I mean, I compiled the Vulkan and Mesa and whatever else it needed, all the packages, to run it on a Raspberry Pi 4. And it was it was a 4 gigabyte Raspberry Pi 4, and I had it doing 3D rotoscoping and shading and all kinds of shit. And I put the videos up on IMGUR. I'll get you a link. And I said, this is what you can do on a Raspberry Pi 4 with Vulkan. And a few people were like, oh, wow, that's fucking amazing. And a few people were like, I've seen that before. Yeah, you've seen it before on a fucking high-end AMD machine with enough power to burn a hole in the fucking sun, but you haven't seen it done on a single board computer like a Raspberry Pi 4. That was the impressive thing about it. And yeah, it was great. And if Vulkan can do that on a machine like a Raspberry Pi, what's it going to be able to do on much more powerful PCs?
Yeah.
And that's the whole point. I really love Vulkan. I really do. But the interesting thing, some people were skeptical. Some people still are, but a lot of more people were skeptical until they've seen these Vulkan tests in Star Citizen, and now they're coming round to the same way of thinking. You know, they're looking at it and saying, wow, yeah, this is cool. You know, you look at Lawville with Vulkan compared to Direct 3D, and for me, it just looks better. The colours are better.
Yeah.
You know, they run into each other, whereas on Direct 3D, they're all defined individual colours. But you get...
Yeah, it seems to look more... You know, you're in a game when you turn on filmatic mode. The Vulkan makes it look a bit more like that, a bit more real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the haze and the atmospheric and lighting and smoke and mist and steam effects, and it just looks so much better. I mean, I'm not into art in any way. You know, I don't look at a picture and say, oh yeah, you know, the pastelic colours are very aesthetic and all that bullshit. You know, wine tasting for art lovers is what I call it. I just see what I see, and the language I use to describe it is very basic, but you know, it just looks more realistic It really does. And yeah, it's. I took a screenshot of Lawville at night, and I posted it on one of the patch note replies. And I keep going back to that picture. It just looks absolutely gorgeous. But not so much in this tech preview, and I don't know why that is. You know, the last Evo test, it looked absolutely fantastic. Doesn't look bad now with the high graphics, but you know, just reflections and shadows and what you call it, diffusion. You know, when you look at a light and it, just the way you're looking at the light, it kind of expands not just from the light source but into the objects around it. It just looks totally realistic compared to Direct 3D.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Thammers went to the Site B yesterday, and he's pointing out this turret from the ceiling, and I thought, oh shit, yeah, I never noticed that. But what I did notice was the lighting effects all the way around it, and I looked at him and thought that looks good. But I didn't see the turret, and he's, you know what, people at Thammers is like head on a swivel. He sees everything, and he pointed out this turret, and I'm like, yeah, I completely fucking missed that. It was so funny. But it isn't a working turret. You know, it's like a cylinder that protrudes from the ceiling. And you can imagine it's going to have fucking guns on the end of it at some point.
Yeah.
Blow your ass off.
Oh. Cool.
And I've had a lot of issues with inventory. Oh my God. I know it's not supposed to work. I know the notes say it's not implemented fully. But God, have I had some problems. So I spent like an hour last night trying to get guns on my armor and failed. And it's all because of the inventory. Now, some people said, oh, if you Alt F4 and log back in, your inventory works as intended. You know, I tried that, didn't work. But, yeah, what would be an honest review? It's good. It's not as good as the last test, but it's still very good. Is this Vulkan?
You all right?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I am running DLS right now, Hale. I've got a user called Hale on the YouTube channel. Have you subscribed yet? Bad cows.
I will when I log into YouTube.
Because if you don't subscribe, I'm taking you off my Christmas card list.
I will when I log into YouTube.
No, mate, you're
So
all
the
right.
thing is,
I don't.
right? Yeah, they keep keep checking, and they started complaining if I script blocked them while logged in. So if I'm doing other stuff, I often have certain blocking on, and but if I just log in a different browser that's a bit more open, I'll actually log into YouTube.
Right, right.
I really don't have a reason to log into YouTube. I don't comment. I generally don't. I don't think I'm subscribed to anything on YouTube. Like, I know the channels I'll like and I'll go to them.
Yeah.
And you know that even... Yeah, sorry.
No, go on. You go on.
Even if you're not logged in, I mean, you've still got a marketing ID, and you'll still get relevant stuff.
Oh God, no! Monetization of anything, I don't do that. I'm not against it. If people want to do it, fine. It's just not for me. You know, I had I can't remember, it was an email or a message from YouTube offering monetization. I just deleted the email.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not out to make money. I'm not out to make money with anything I do, and I know other people are. You know, like and subscribe and blah 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 and all this shit.
Yeah.
I don't really care if people subscribe or not, and if
Yeah.
if they come along and they say, you know, your channel is shit, I said, well, I'm not fucking forcing you to watch it. You know, it's entirely up to you. If you want to see what I'm doing, fine. If you don't, I'm not forcing you.
So So you've set your scaling 66%. You're running 1440.
Yep.
Well, one thing, I had a 1440 monitor, and then I've got a 4K monitor, and I could also game on my 1440p, but it died. So now I've got 4K, and it's a widescreen, and scaling can be limited sometimes, but it seems to work on this. But if I put upscaling to auto, my graphics card immediately takes off like crazy.
Right.
There's something wrong with the auto, right? Upscaling within Star Citizen.
Mate, we could talk about this all day and not even be anywhere near right. We don't know what they're doing, and we don't know how they're doing it.
I will keep trying it periodically to see if it changes. But yeah.
I mean, I've tried all kinds of settings. I've done, you know, I had a massive FPS problem for months. I had this FPS problem, and it really pissed me off. And I told you the solution, didn't I?
What was that?
Set
to put your settings higher.
NVIDIA control panel, cap your FPS, set your FPS to something like 60. And then, because I'm streaming, set my OBS software to the same FPS. So the FPS is capped. And right now it's capped at 60 FPS. And it's fucking perfect. It really is fucking great. And on top of that, I have tried different settings. Because Star Citizen is the only game that I had FPS problems with. Had a few in Horizon Forbidden West. But I got around that by lowering the graphics quality. Because it's a 3070 Ti. Some people call it Super, but I call it Ti. It's a 3070 Ti, only 8 gigabytes on the card. And some games, not the PhysX games, but other games that don't use PhysX, sometimes they want to use more memory that's available on the card, and the virtual RAM is completely fucking ignored. And I've got 128 gigs in this system. So I think I've got more than enough memory to deal with that. But, you know, any other game I play, you know, like Cyberpunk, fucking unbelievable performance from Cyberpunk, because it's programmed right. And I'm not knocking CIG because it's still in development, but it's fucking horrible. Is the
the games that have settings, they have exact settings like 60, 90, etc. Right?
Yeah.
I was actually finding that I would get my best performance by setting my Adrenaline software to provide an extra 1 or 2 frames. And it's kind of like, what that tells me is, if I lose a frame, if the GPU sends 60 and yeah, the game's trying to do 60. If I lose a frame, it's jarring and noticeable. But if there's an extra frame that gets discarded, it looks perfectly normal. And it's like, this shouldn't work, right? This philosophy just shouldn't work that way. Why is this getting better quality? I couldn't, like, yeah, it seems counterintuitive. You shouldn't be
Yes.
able to do that to get it to work, right?
I'm trying. I'm listening to what you're saying, and I'm trying to visualize what's happening, and that's confusing me. That really is
Yeah,
confusing.
because I'm basically telling the GPU to work at a slightly higher tick rate that
Hmm.
I'm telling what the game to expect, and and somehow I get better quality out of it. And
Yeah,
it's like, it's not really how it's supposed to work, right?
yeah, yeah. Um,
So I think a lot of it's just there's just weird controller shit going on, and 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 sometimes some random things will work, probably not for the reason you think they work, but for some other obscure reason.
right, right.
Yeah.
Quick.
But quick question for you. You've got VSync off and you're
Yeah,
running about as low as 30 sometimes.
yeah.
If you go, if you go side to side or on an angle, do you get tearing? If you flash the camera side to side, do you see any tearing?
Um,
Vehicles, please visit us again. Goodbye.
Not really.
Oh, I originally was when I first played Star Citizen. I turned on VSync. I was getting tearing,
I mean,
but
this
now I
is.
don't seem to.
Yeah, I underrun. I don't push settings. I underrun it. I'd rather run it with a smooth experience than a jerky um,
Yeah. I
problem.
can't tell on YouTube. It looks fine. I don't know if you
Yeah,
can see tearing though, because you're seeing it
no,
firsthand.
no tearing under this tech preview, but
If there's one thing that takes me out of the immersion and irritates the shit out of me, is if I do get tearing.
yeah. There was a game I played recently. Just bear with me. I'll have to look at my list of games. Starfield. I played
Oh yeah,
Starfield and I did get some tearing on that, but again,
I
just
think
lowered
I did too.
lowered the
Yeah,
settings and it was absolutely fine.
yeah.
But I've got to say, you know, CIG are making huge strides forward with this Vulkan software, and it's so much better for me. I mean, I'm a Vulkan fanboy, so I'm biased to start with.
Yeah.
You know, but for me, this Vulkan software is the future. It really is, and it's so much. It's got so much more potential than Direct 3D. Although Direct 3D done properly, you know, when it's almost perfect, it gives you an absolutely wonderful experience. Um, I think the difficult thing for CIG is the implementation of the Vulkan software into their existing um, into their engine. You know, the Cry engine. That's going to be the difficult thing because all the other work is done by the Vulkan group. What is it called? Shit, I should know this name. I've seen it often enough. Um, but yeah, implement it into your own project. That's the thing. And if it's done in a way that's not messed up, shall we say, then it's going to be fantastic. I mean, it's halfway there, you know.
Yeah.
But there's so many different configurations, hardware being used. You know, you're always going to get a few people having issues.
Yeah.
Even in Evo, you know, people say I'm trying to log in and all I get is a black screen. And you know, the first question is, what card are you using? What drivers are you using? Blah blah blah. And more often than not, you know, 9 times out of 10 they'll say, "Oh yeah, I better update my drivers." Well, duh. You know, if you're using drivers that are 6 months out of date, you know what I mean? It's you're biting your nose off to spite your face if you're not running the latest drivers, unless you've got problems and you have to regress to a previous version. But yeah, I don't know about you, but I always install not using the NVIDIA installer. You know, I use
I'm
I use
using
it's
AMD
AMD, right?
because it's much cheaper here.
Right.
My 6900 costs half the price of what a 2080 was going to cost me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The
Oh
thing.
man, I just got a picture from my sister's just reeling off questions. She's in Vietnam. She just sent me a picture. She's sitting at like a bar table in an alleyway with railway tracks down it, and there's a train going past about 1.5 feet from the table.
Jesus. I wouldn't.
This looks so cool.
I wouldn't
It's such a
fancy
good
that.
photo.
You know, just imagine if something fell off the train, or you got a face full of diesel, or you know, I wouldn't fancy that at all. Yeah, I use 2 tools. One's called Display Driver Uninstaller, and the other's called NV Clean Install. And I think I've crashed. Have I? I have crashed. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Is
And
this a server crash or your
no,
session?
don't know. It's game error code, international telephone number. So I'll have to re-log in. And that was a
That is
crash to desktop, and I wasn't doing anything. I was just idling. So yeah. Quick question, unrelated to anything. Do you know if the 85X has any skins, any paint jobs?
shit, I did know this. I'm gonna check it again on the wiki.
Yeah.
Someone on YouTube, I mean not on YouTube, on Reddit, there's people are tracking a table of the paints for every ship, and now and again it gets posted, but I don't think I have a link to it.
Right.
But the Star Citizen wiki is really good at keeping track of all the paints.
Yeah. I've got a major issue.
Yeah.
Have they ended the tech preview? I haven't heard any. I'm trying to look on Spectrum.
It says it's got no paints on the wiki. I believe it.
Right. Okay.
I actually like the base paint on the 85X, by the way.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the better base paints. I am in. Hold on. Sorry, I'm sending stuff back to my sister as well. She's worried about going on the back of a motorcycle on a tour.
Okay.
Like they're going to do a tour where they're each on the back of a motorcycle.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to
I've
look at.
ridden around Vietnam on a motorbike.
Oh, it's working now. It's working now. Really, really weird. It crashed to desktop, then I tried to restart it, and it came up with the exact same problem.
No one in chat saying anything, and there's no message about
Yeah.
it stopping.
Yeah, it's really weird. But yeah, I was thinking I'd have to dig into the log and find out what the issue is. But it seems to be working fine now. Let me have a look at my graphics card. Oh God, CPU is at 44 degrees, 50% usage, and the graphics card is at 47 degrees, 50% usage.
They're cold.
Yeah,
Is
I
it
don't.
the CPU doesn't get in trouble till it gets above 95 or something?
Oh
right?
God, I don't want to go anywhere near that. If my CPU hits 70, I panic. I really panic. Same with the graphics card, you know, and they say, oh, but they're good for whatever. The thing about chips, you know, integrated circuits, the hotter they run, the more power they use, and the less lifespan they've got. So if you run them hot all the time, they're not going to last as long as they would if you run them at moderate temperatures.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? That you know, I had a bearing go in a fan, right?
Uh-huh.
And I think I said it was Noctua. I didn't realize my top 3 fans on an AIO
Yeah.
were all the fans that came with the AIO. So they're all NZXT. And it was one of them, and I'm thinking that fan's lasted about 14 months, and my Noctua fans have lasted in this through multiple builds about 10 years.
Yeah.
So I replaced it with another Noctua fan.
Mm.
And it wasn't just the knocking noise. My whole PC is so much quieter. So that fan wasn't just making a knocking noise. It was noisy in general. Like probably not greatly manufactured. Like that one fan has been most of my noise all of.
Yeah. I think
Unbelievable.
Noctua are such a great company. They not only make what I believe to be the world's best cooling fans, but if you've ever got a problem, they'll sort it out for you. Like I bought a case fan, you know, the fan that runs at the side of the case and draws air into the graphics card and blows air onto the graphics card. And I got a specific fan. It's you know, it's not 25 millimeters wide. It's 12 millimeters wide. So it's like a thin one. And when it arrived, it didn't have any rubber seats where it's, you know, it screws in. Didn't have any rubber seats, and it didn't have half the power connectors. So I emailed Noctua and said, yeah, I bought this fan, not direct from you, from a third-party retailer, and it hasn't arrived with all these bits. And I didn't hear anything back from them. I thought, all right, you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And about 2 months later, I got a package in the post from Austria, not just with the bits, but with all the bits that came with the fans. So I got a full set, not the fan itself, but I got all the power connectors and all the you know, the fixing brackets and everything. And I thought, fucking hell, brilliant, you know. It was really good of them. And I bought a cooler, one of the black, I don't know what they call them, but the black coolers, and it didn't have the fixing bracket. And I went onto the Noctua website, and it says, you know, if you need a fixing bracket for the 1355 or whatever it was, order it here. So I just, you know, clicked on it, provided proof of purchase, and they sent me a bracket. Really, really good company. Given that the fans are about 3 times as expensive as a lot of other fans, I don't care. You know, I'll just use Noctua fans throughout. So,
but actually, they're about the same price as an RGB fan, and I'd much rather have a fan that works than RGB.
Oh God, yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's just for that whole. I mean, oh my God! I mean, for that 10 years usage, I'd love to see the lifespan info. I'm well over what fans should do. Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, I've got 3 non-pressure variants on the bottom, 1 non-pressure variant on the rear, and then I didn't realise I had these leftover pressure ones, so I'm going to keep replacing the NZXT ones.
Yeah.
Because when I put it in, it's like my whole PC's quiet. Why didn't I just put in 3 Noctua pressure ones across the top?
Yeah.
Yeah, why did I ever put the default? I mean, I love this cooler. It's the best cooler, the best AIO I've ever owned. The worst one is the previous one, which is the company that went bankrupt, EKWB, funnily enough, a water cooling company.
Yeah.
These lasted the least, but other than that, I've had Corsair shit, which is all sorts of different shit with different controller
Yeah.
software and whoever they're making it from this month. But yeah, I just wouldn't use NZXT fans again. They're obviously just made by a third party with their branding on,
They just put the badge on it. Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is what Corsair do.
I used to do that. I used to buy these unbranded fans, thinking, you know, it's like $3 or $4, and a proper fan would cost me $20 to $25. But they didn't last that long, and when they
Yeah.
start rumbling, you think, "Oh, I'll put up with it," and then it gets so bad you just gotta replace it anyway.
Yep.
So yeah, it's about 15 years ago. I was working for a company in the retail trade, and I came across these Noctua fans, and somebody I was working with said, "Oh yeah, they're the best in the world." And yeah, they might be, but look at the price of them. But they really do last forever. You know, I've never had a Noctua fan go wrong. And these on my Windows PC, some I've used for about 12 years, and some I've used for maybe 4 or 5 years, but no sign of them making noise or any problems. They're just brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a convert.
Oh, definitely. Let's see, where are we? No, it's still Bush's stream
Oh
is
man.
Star Citizen. Everybody's doing different things today. If you want to log into the PTU and go on this Onyx mission, I'm up for that.
Okay.
Definitely up for that.
Alright, I'm just checking something in my.
Because you can get the new armor out of it, and yeah, me and Thomas yesterday we were going through it, and we did it once, and he got a full set of the red armor, and then we did it again, and I got a full set of the yellow armor. And I think Thomas just needs a yellow helmet. So if we do it, I'm going to grab an extra yellow helmet. Can't wait until this hits live. It's going to be so good. But I do hope that CIG make it so that there's more enemies and it's more of a challenge. Because it's a little bit tame at the minute.
Yeah. It says no update today, right?
Yep.
Or PTU. But I did download yesterday, so I just didn't play it. Oh, I went in for 10 minutes at one stage, so I'm probably. So someone said that in theory, based on the numbers, that other armor I was wearing is better than Sterling, but we don't know whether to believe the numbers.
Which armor?
Entium?
Antium. Okay.
How come? Oh, I don't have Entium armor in the PTU. I only have Entium armor in live.
Right. Okay. Where did you get? Where did you get that?
Wow, what I did. So I have interacted with a few people to buy gear. I brought a the Class A size 2 stealth quantum drive off someone, and we started chatting and joking around, and there was a group of us in the hangar playing around and getting out different gear and laughing about stuff.
Yeah.
And a guy just gave me a full set.
Wow.
I know, and it's now my favourite. I'm wearing it all the time. I'm going to hate it if it bugs out and I lose it.
Yeah.
I'm going to either try and re-earn it, which would be a pain in the ass, or I might just buy it off someone. And I'm just wearing the plane, which looks very close to the jet if you've seen it.
No, I haven't.
But I like it.
Yeah.
But it's just so funny that I didn't actually... I wasn't over the moon about it, but I thought it was cool. And then it wasn't till I was playing and like, oh, actually, this is fucking awesome, right? I can't believe I got this free. And then I looked up how you earn it in game, and I'm like, oh my god, this is a whole bunch of effort, right? This guy's just giving me a
Yeah.
yeah. And so I don't know if he duped it or if it's because he's purchased this and he's going to get it back on the next patch, if you get what I mean.
Right.
Yeah. So, because someone said only the fancier ones are now for sale, but it was subscriber gear once. Top tier subscribe. Yeah.
Right.
So, if you've been a subscriber, you might have it. But yeah, I like it, and it'd be interesting if someone can do all the radiation testing and actually verify.
Yeah, that's the thing.
We're not really at the stable point where anyone's going to waste their time doing it, right?
And
it would be a waste of their time.
I've come across armor sets, like, they're not even armor. It's like clothing, and it has radiation protection that's twice the protection that armor gives you. And I'm thinking, this can't be right. I've never tested it.
Yeah.
You know, but I've done the remote sites, and I've seen the enemies wearing armor that's got fantastic protection on it. That's twice as good as the armor that's meant to give you radiation protection.
So, in a lot of games, when you read the description of something, inside that description, inside the actual coding of the game, they're using the same variable that is that parameter, right?
Right.
As opposed to a text description.
Yeah.
Star Citizen is definitely a text description. The wording can be completely different from reality. That's the unfortunate thing, right?
Right.
I wish, as a design ethos, they had not gone that direction.
Maybe it's
because it's always going to mean they're going to have to update their fucking descriptions.
Yeah. Maybe it's a case of one department does the description, another department does the implementation of the values based on the description. So, you know.
Well, they must have made the decision that it's going to be taxing for the game to have to look up, you know, to pull back variables in a description, you know, to show you text in a description, right? They must have thought that's going to be taxing.
Are you watching my video at the minute?
I can do. I'm on one screen. Hold on.
Now you will see the black the black blotches that I'm talking about. I'm in the
No? Where?
Thank you. And please visit again.
I'm in the Andromeda now, and
Oh, when you crashed, your video stopped. Hold on. I'm gonna put it back to live. Yep.
it's still
Ah,
it's still broadcasting.
is
when
that YouTube doing that flashing? I'm
no,
getting.
that's the game. That is what I see. Now you look around at certain angles in the cockpit, and you just get this black blotching, flashing of the screen.
Yeah, I can see it.
Now that happens in some ships, but not others. And the worst I've found is in the Andromeda, where it does this.
Well,
And sometimes,
you're in Andromeda now, are you?
yeah. Sometimes it just flashes like it is doing now, but when I'm coming into land, it's permanent. So I've got this permanent black streaks and blotches all over the screen. That didn't happen in the last test. So, whatever changes CIG have made for this implementation of Vulkan, I think it needs a bit more work in that area. Maybe if I can face the planet, which is brighter, it's going to be. No, I can't. Oh, there. It just seems to be certain areas when you look around.
It's killing a bunch of stuff here.
But overall, I like the look of the graphics. I do like the way that Vulkan renders things on the screen. Ah, right, that is it. Yeah.
So that the blinking the top left corner is a known issue, but yeah, everything else is a problem.
Yeah, that's the
MFD blink is the
MFD. Excuse me. Let me go down to Pinewood.
Man. I'm in the PTU now, right? I'm just checking my gear and where I'm at.
Okay. Then I'm
at Herald 2. Where are you?
In the PTU, I'll probably be at Everest Harbour.
Oh, yeah.
I'll need to.
Oh, we're very close. Cool.
I'll need to get out of the tech preview and get onto the PTU, start a new stream.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm just flying around testing this tech preview. And it's not really good for anything but testing the graphics. None of the missions.
Hey, what weapons are you carrying in the PTU? Remind me.
FS9 and frag pistol.
And your FS9's got no suppressor on it, right?
Yeah, it's got a suppressor and a field light and a 4x scope.
Oh, shit, I don't have a suppressor. Hold on, I'll get myself sorted. You don't have a... Hopefully I've got one.
But there's loads of weapons that you can pick up.
Yeah. They're going to hear me from 60% further away. Do you want me to actually... I can go to...
It's up to you, mate. I mean, Thammers yesterday used an unsuppressed FS9 when we went.
It's just that it's a waste of time you losing 8% power if I'm noisy anyway, if you get what I mean.
Don't...
Like, if you're going to wear a suppressor, I'll wear a suppressor.
I don't notice that.
Yeah.
I don't notice the loss, to be honest.
Yeah. I normally have one. I don't know why. Do they survive patches or not?
No. Oh, yes, they do.
I might have one at Lawville.
They do survive patches.
Okay. How long are you gonna be?
Not very long.
By the way, how come? Oh, okay. I'll just come to Everest then. How come you were asking about 85x paints?
Because I got one in my inventory, and out of all the paints that I've got for the ships that I don't own, I've got a lot of foundation paints, and I was just thinking, was there a skin job for the 85X? Not that I don't like the default skin. I was just wondering if there was, because I haven't got one.
Yeah.
But then again, I haven't got paints
yeah.
for a lot of other ships as well.
Yeah.
So
I had a whole bunch of polar paints.
yeah,
I've got I got a Aquila,
uh-huh.
and I know that's kind of a silly thing to do considering there's no expression gameplay. But it is quicker at the moment, the Aquila.
Yeah.
Quicker than Andromeda, apart from slightly slower SCM speed, but a much higher nav speed, and the extra fuel in that. I don't know. I wonder what components I kept to. But the default guns on the Aquila, unfortunately, are not repeaters.
What are they? Ballistics.
No, they're cannons.
Jesus.
So laser cannons. So I end up taking guns off the Taurus or the Andromeda.
Yeah.
Or buying them because I lose them every patch in live. But actually, the thing about the cannons on them is they're white, which, you know, the Aquila's got a dark paint job. It looks awful. But if you put the polar paint on, it looks awesome.
Yeah. I
So until I change the guns, the polar paint's nice. Sorry, yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna log out of the tech preview now and start a new stream on the PTU. So I'll just do that.
Yeah.
Be right back.